Good morning, my lovelies. Thank you for allowing me the space to have a few days off. Today I'm going to talk to you about self-care and what I have been doing and what has served me to work through grief, and also my thoughts on grief and PTSD. And I want to talk about that a little bit because I think it's important. A lot of us are suffering through our own traumas and grief and whatever. And I just want to share my toolbox a little bit with you. And I by no means am an expert. I'm still working on things, and I'm still learning and growing, and I'm happy to have any input from any of you. But I'm going to tell you what I do that works for me to keep going and to shift so that I can keep going in my life and remember my purpose and not get stuck in that really low place. It doesn't mean I don't still have the feelings. Those feelings are going to be there, and I think that's okay and that's natural. But first, I want to tell you something really wonderful and beautiful that happened. Yesterday, while I was on the phone with Violet, I got a surprise package in the mail, and Sherry, one of our subscribers, sent me from my wish list the most beautiful rose quartz heart that was on my wish list. And it came in this beautiful little pouch that was inside this beautiful little box. And I cannot tell you, I cried when I received it because it was the most perfect little gift for how I'm feeling. And rose quartz has amazing healing powers for the heart, and the fact that it is a heart shape, which is something I've been wanting, is incredibly dear to me. So Sherry, I cannot tell you, there's not enough words for how perfect and special and precious this is to me. Truly, truly, thank you. I love you so much, even if you'd never sent this, but the timing couldn't have been more perfect, and it is a precious, precious gift to me, so thank you. I wanted to not forget to say that. So, I came across a really cool video series yesterday. I will post the link below. I love when I find other people who talk about CPTSD, because I had never thought of it from the aspect that she had, that she's been discussing it from. And also it was a panel discussion she was having from another woman who is actually a psychologist, I believe. So I followed both of them, and I, if you're interested, I recommend you could follow both of them if you are dealing with those issues. And a lot of the things that she does are things that I have done over the years to deal with my own trauma and the way I have overcome a lot of my PTSD behaviors. But so the last couple days, I have been moving through this kind of preemptive grief because my dad has not passed on, but he is close. You know, he has metastatic cancer throughout all of his bones. And it has opened a lot of old wounds, and what I have found is that I'm dealing again with a lot of anger towards my mother that I didn't like old anger I didn't realize was there because my mother for years convinced me my dad, like, not to have a relationship with my dad after they divorced because I was, they were divorced. I was the stepchild. I let that happen, so I'm angry with myself. I'm angry with her. I have all these feelings, and so there was all these gaping wounds, the regret, all these things I had to deal with. And a lot of it feels really raw, and a lot of it feels really new because, to be really honest and whole with you, I've always promised to be wholly honest with you guys. I'm not used to feeling a lot of love in my life from family members. I have had a very limited amount of that. I have had my great-grandmother who passed away when I was 14. I had my great-aunt. I had my grandmother who passed away when I was 23. I had, when my great-aunt passed away about the same time, and I have my cousins who are currently still alive, but my cousin Chris is still real close to me. She's my second cousin. She's my mother's age. And then I have my dad, who's 95, and I have my wife, which I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I haven't had this huge family full of loving family and support. And I had many years where I didn't feel like I had anyone because I have just recently, I want to say in the last 10 years, kind of reconnected and cultivated those relationships with my family. So, and come to terms with that in itself too. And a lot of that was my own fault. I became disassociative, and I disassociated from my family because I didn't believe I was worthy of anything. And that's my history because of the way I was raised. So dealing with this grief has opened up a lot of those old wounds. And I blissfully have a support system that I'm so grateful for. I have Donna, who one has lost her whole family and is empathetic and knows what I'm going through. I have Violet, who is loving and willing to sit and listen to me and hear me and really sees me and make room for my grief. And other friends that have been very supportive. And then I also have tools for moving through things because I've had to move through a lot of things. And I had a really, probably the most amazing conversation with my daughter that I've ever had, in which I was able to be the most open with her that I've ever been. Excuse me. So here's the thing. These are the tools that I've used in the last couple days, is a lot of really honest conversation about how I've been feeling, a lot of processing through those feelings. And then once I kind of did that and I kind of cried it all out, I felt this need to shift the energy because my dad is still alive, and like I could hear his voice. He is such a person who has really lived his life, and he has survived a lot of things. Remember, I said he was a prisoner in a concentration camp, and he has lived through a lot. And he is a joyous, soft-spoken, gentle, compassionate human being. And so the day before yesterday, I felt the need to go out and buy a few little Christmas decorations, some lights, nothing much, but just things that would kind of help liven up my life a little bit and start Christmas decorating. And so I went grocery shopping, and I brought home some things, and Donna has had the stomach flu, so I've been taking care of her too. And then yesterday, her and I worked on decorating the house for Christmas. I'll post some pictures of that. And I kind of sang Christmas carols and shifted my energy. You know, I did my meditation, and I started having some really wonderful memories of my life with Dad, and started focusing on the positive things in my life. The fact that I have the friends that I have had the experiences with Dad that I have the relationship today that I have with my sister, that I have the relationship today that I have with my daughter. And it really came to me that every moment of our lives we have a choice whether we're going to continue to focus on the negative or we're going to focus on the positive. Now, the caveat to that is, yes, the grief comes up. Yes, those ouchy feelings are there, and I'm not saying to ignore them. When they come up, feel them. Cry about it, snot about it, scream about it, experience them, let them be there. I'm just saying we don't have to live in them. They don't have to be there forever. When it kind of subsides, that's the moment that you get to make the choice to shift your energy into something else. So you can hold opposing feelings all the time and move in and out of things. And that, to me, is the beauty of being human and having compassion for yourself. So you allow the feelings, and then you don't have to be stuck. You get to move into another feeling. You get to experience joy and gratitude and love and have everything else alongside of that. And, you know, it's like receiving this little beautiful gift from Sherry and having that moment of intense gratitude that someone thought of me. And joy, you know, pure, unadulterated joy. And being able to stay in that moment, so great, being so in that gratitude and joy. Because that helps shift you out of the misery for a while. And I'm not saying that the sadness doesn't come back. It does, you know, in your quiet moments. And it's okay. Have it. Cry about it. Feel bad about it. Because grief, you never get over grief. Grief is always with you. I'm still grieving my great-grandmother. I am still grieving my grandmother. I am still grieving my ex-husband taking my children. And my children are grown. That grief will always be there. It's cyclical. It comes up and it goes and comes and it goes and it comes and it goes. And your relationship with it changes. The thing is that you don't have to live in the middle of it. and how you learn to deal with it changes. So when I get really upset when someone says, oh, it gets better. It doesn't get better, it just changes. It just changes, that's it. And the tools you use are important. And what works for me may or may not work for you. I find meditation helpful. I find daily gratitude practice incredibly helpful. Remembering what's right in my life helps me a great deal. Remembering the amount of love I do experience. Remembering to be kind to other people, compassionate, that other people too have struggles, and that I need to reach out to other people as well. It does take my mind off of myself. It keeps me from being self-centered all the time. That is a big deal, because it's really easy to fall in that trap of only thinking about me. That works for me. May or may not work for you. But try it. You don't have anything to lose. Or don't. It's okay too. It's just my advice. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you about this morning, is different tools, different modalities, different things you can use to get through the hard times. How do we survive it? How do we get through it? It doesn't, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it magically goes away. I have been dealing with CPTSD my entire life. It doesn't go away. It does change. It gets easier to deal with, but it doesn't go away. And am I a better person than I used to be? Yes. Do I cope better? Yes. Am I past the point of, self-destruction? Hopefully. I don't know 100%. I like to think so. Do I try to practice kindness every day? Yes. I meditate. I try to practice compassion. Do I have my snarky moments? Absolutely. Because I'm human. I have all those human failings. And I catch myself, and that's what's important, is because I have the tools in my toolbox to see when I'm going down that road and I need to change that behavior. And that's what becomes important. So my goal here with all of us is to work together to gain the tools to have a better quality of life, to be kinder, more compassionate, less judgmental, to get through the rough times together. And me being honest with you about my journey is hopefully so that you get to see that, you're not alone. There's somebody else out there that is going through it, but making it, doing the best she can do. I took a couple days off for self-care for 2 reasons. For self-care, and 2, because I don't necessarily, I'm no good at being sad on the internet. Some people are good at that. I'm not real good at sitting online and being, oh, woe is me. I don't see a purpose in it. If you do, I don't have a judgment on it. But for me, I'm very private about in the middle of of that grief. I keep it very close to a close circle of people I trust that I can go through it with. So that's my self-care. You do you, however you need to do it. That's great. I support that. I have compassion for that. And I will love you through whatever you're going through. And that's pretty much what I have to say today. I hope you understand. I love you all dearly. If you want, I would like to teach you some gentle gratitude meditations down the road. I did post on the Discord the video I watched yesterday, but I will get the link and post it in the description because it is a great resource for people who suffer from PTSD. I did find some other videos on grief. If you're interested, let me know in the comments, and I can do a series on grieving, because I don't think as a society we have talked enough about how normal grief is, and how to grieve, and how to support each other in grief. And we live in a time when a lot of people are grieving, and we need to learn to hold space for each other. And there's a lot of things we can do to do that without causing more harm and more hurt. So if you would like to explore that with me, I really would be honored and happy to do that with you. If you have no interest, let me know. That's good too. All the feedback helps. If you've made it this far and you have not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get notifications. When you subscribe, I will send you, if you email me, my email will be in the description as well. I will send you a link to our private Discord. Everything I do is free. I do free tarot readings. I do free spiritual guidance. I like to get to know my subscribers and help you as much as I can personally. Violet, who is my head mod, also is a great resource for a multitude of things. And she is a huge help, and she is on Discord. Right now, her internet, she's having some issues with it, but she can chit-chat with you on Discord, and she is an amazingly empathic and beautiful soul. I don't know how I'd make it through a lot of things without her. She is totally my bestie in so many ways, and my soul sister for sure. So I love you all. Please try and make it to Friday's chat. It is every Friday night at, what did I do, 6 Central Standard Time, 5 Eastern Standard Time. We do Friday Night Live, and it's a great opportunity to chit-chat with each other. My goal is to get to where I can do panel chats and invite 1 or 2 of you up, and we get to chit-chat with each other. It's hard to do when there's only 4 or 5 of us in the room. So the more who come, the more we can kind of do that and trade off and on and have you guys come up and chat with me. So let's do that. That's what I've got to say today. I love you guys. I've missed you the last couple days. I don't even know what I'm going to title this one other than I'm back, and I've missed you. And again, I want to thank Sherry so much for the beautiful gift. All of you are a gift in my life. I love you dearly, so dearly. And I hope that you have a beautiful week. I will see you in a few days at the live. Probably see you tomorrow when I do another video. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Go out, smile at someone, be kind, and remember, you are worthy of all the love in the world because you are a divine creation. You are stardust. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.